Hi traders. In the last days, everybody is asking me about one thing, and it is the fall of one of the giants of the prop trading industry. And I thought, you know what? I am going to read all the documents about the topic from the regulatory body and all the articles about it, and I'm going to make a video about this particular topic. And I have to tell you that it is of course just my opinion, my observations, and it is important to note that if you want to be a good prepared trader, you have to make your own trading and financial decisions. Now let's start this video with the fact that my Forex funds has fallen, and they basically got all their funds frozen by the regulators of the industry, and everybody is asking me why did it happen and how it is going to affect the other prop firms in the markets. And I made a couple of videos about prop trading already, and I also told my opinion about prop firms and how, in my opinion, like 99% of prop firms are basically scammers. Of course, nobody really believed me because traders only start to care about these things, and they only start to think when they already lost money. It is just the truth. Until that, they just laughed at me. How many times I told in one of my videos that I passed the challenge at the Fivers and I am trading with them, and some traders, wrote me on Telegram that, man, it is not a real prop firm. Try the MyForexFunds and the big ones. You are not a prop trader if you don't trade at the big ones. And I didn't say anything to these because I was always very, very suspicious about the biggest prop firms in the industry, and I don't want to really name those companies, but I purposefully didn't open any account with them. And this case with my Forex funds is very interesting, and now I am going to tell you how they scammed wannabe professional traders out of their money, and how the situation is even worse than I think many traders think it is, because many traders think it was just a regulatory issue, that they will be back to business soon, and that they had good intentions but they didn't regulate their broker or something like that, liquidity provider, and therefore these evil regulators didn't like them. It is not the case. If you are a hardcore fan, you already know that I've talked about market maker brokers many times, and I've talked about the difference and comparison of market makers and ECN brokers, and I feel like it is kind of the same situation. I read through the documents, and it turned out, and this was like my suspicion from the start with many prop firms, almost all of them, it is basically that they manipulated the markets in a way that traders had the worst conditions to be successful, to be winning prop traders at them. And you might ask why they did that. Actually, they used a very expensive software that manipulated the markets to make traders lose money, and they also did everything, every little thing, psychologically and technically to make traders lose money. And why did they do that? Because their most of proper firms' slogans are like, "We only make money if you do. We only care about your trading and all this stuff, and you just trade however you want, and we are going to make money." And the situation is worse than you thought, because they don't actually make money when you win. You heard it right. Like, you would ask, how do they make money? They make money when you lose, because actually they don't. So third-party liquidity providers, with that they would basically earn money if you win, because they get a part of your profits. It is not the case, because they actually bet against their prop traders. So they make money when you lose money. And this is the point where you realize, yeah, the slippage was kinda really bad at them, and all kind of stuff was just off. And you start to realize all of the things that were just perfectly aligned to stop you from being successful at them. And it is a shame that they could do that. They just, trade against their traders who paid the challenge fees, and who thought they are trading for a prop firm that is legit, that is actually making money when they are making money. But I just want to tell you something about statistics are the following. Most traders are losing money in the markets. And when you see at your broker, it is written somewhere, because it is a must now, that like 85% of traders are losing money. This is a high risk investment, and so on. The truth is that not only the 85% is losing money, because they just have to measure a certain period. And actually, if you take a look at the whole data, like not just 3 months or half a year or 1 year, 99+% of traders are losing money. So it makes sense to get into this industry and bet against your traders, because based on statistics, most of them will totally lose money. So it's worth it to bet against them, because if you bet against them, you are going to make money. It is just through pure probability theory. And if they do everything so you lose money, I have to tell you, trading is hard enough without those blockades, and with those tricks, it is insanely tough. And I've already talked about this in my videos, and it is not just MyForexFunds, it is almost all the prop firms in the industry, let's be honest. So I don't want to just bash, talk about them, because it is not really only about them. Almost all of the prop firms are going to fail, and it is obvious for a person who knows probability theory. You see, if you work with numbers, you can calculate how much a trader can make. Not a global maximum or minimum, but on average. An average trader a average good trader, consistent trader, how much they can make with how much drawdown and all the factors. And I've seen prop firms that traders send me if is it a good prop firm or not, that I've seen from the sheer numbers that they calculated their factors, their rules in a way that you can't pass the challenge, and you will fail 100% of the time, even if you pass the challenge by just luck, because if you have a good amount of pool of data, there are going to be traders who will win at the challenges and win after that for a couple months, for example. But in long term, almost nobody wins, because the chances of luck based on probability theory, they will be tighter and tighter, and maybe one trader will be rising for the top, but it is not even a really common thing at prop firms. At most prop firms, none of the traders climb to the top, and it tells you something, because hundreds of thousands of traders are trying at prop firms and nobody reached the top. Interesting, right? And if you take a look at some real statistics, even from the prop firms themselves, they tell you that, yeah, our most profitable model is basically the challenge fee, and they are not even like manipulating the markets or bet against you. They just admitting that the challenge fee is the best revenue source. And I don't say every prop firm is bad and they have bad intentions and they are betting against you. I'm just saying that most prop firms are absolutely bad and have bad intentions, and they just created the company in Cyprus or in some Cayman Islands or in some offshore paradise to just collect the challenge fees. They write they most of the time they just copy other prop firms' menu and the descriptions. Maybe you already seen that. And then they just collect their money, they are set for life, and they run with the money. This is why there are, like, I don't know, thousands of prop firms in the market at this moment, and realistically there would be only a handful of prop firms, because it is a very tough industry, and the real prop firms, they have to always adapt to the markets. They have to make sure their traders are winning, and that is the tough part. And I can tell you this from my first-hand experience, because I am selling EAs, and I could be a millionaire if I would sell the same scalping EAs on like MQL5 market or anywhere that everybody else is selling, and they sell like thousands of them, or and I don't have the stomach to code those EAs, and this is why I am coding my long-term ones, and I am happy with the clients, the customers who realized that there is an other side of trading as well, beside the scalpers and all those grid and martingale EAs. I hope this video was useful for you. If you are interested in this topic in more detail, just let me know in the comments. Ciao.